What is up, Swing and Bang channel? Like, subscribe, comment. Also check out my personal channel, Caleb James. Guys, I am here because I don't know why I'm doing all these hand movements. It makes me feel very cool. Anyways, I am stoked. UFC 279 this weekend. This is the early predictions. Just going to do the main event and co-main event. Guys, Nate Diaz, the West Coast gangster versus Khamzat Chimaev, the Chechen gangster. Oh my gosh, or Chechen or Dagestani or what have you. They're both from different parts of the world, but all the same. These two men love a bloodbath. We know what Nate Diaz is capable of. His fan base at times could not be the most exciting. By not the most exciting, I mean annoying. Yes, he slaps people and smokes weed and has an FU attitude, and people like that. That's great, but what they don't realize is just how good, just how durable, just how savvy he really is in there. I mean, Leon Edwards is the current welterweight champion of the world. Nate Diaz was 10 seconds away from finishing him, and if he wanted to, probably could have. I don't know. I'm sure he might regret that now, but Nate Diaz versus the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev has never really been tested except for his last fight versus Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns made him look human. Some people, including me, only because I had money on it, had Gilbert Burns winning the fight. And people are not writing Khamzat off, but he's not as big of a lot of people just see him as human, which he is. But what the Gilbert Burns fight, if anything, in my opinion, shows what he... Oh, forget you guys see this. I left my hairband on for too long. Whatever. Now it's on this side. Anyways, it just shows what he is capable of. It shows what Khamzat is capable of. If he can stand there and go to absolute war for 15 minutes with Gilbert Burns, straying away from his game plan. I mean, his coaches were telling him to wrestle. He just went in there and just got rocked, hurt, and just kept moving forward, much like Nate Diaz. The difference is the skill level. Khamzat is much more skillful, and for that reason, I actually predict something that will be shocking. No, though. It is not a Nate Diaz win. It is a Khamzat win, but by finish. Nate Diaz never gets finished. I'm going to go with second round rear naked choke submission for Khamzat. I think Nate will make it brutal and ugly for as long as it lasts. I just don't think it's going to last that long. I really don't. I think Khamzat gets his neck. Unless Khamzat lets his ego get in the way and he starts getting to that third, fourth, fifth round, he's going to be in some serious trouble, and that would be so stupid for him in his career. In my opinion, it's an easier fight for Khamzat. Yes, Nate Diaz has that savvy jiu-jitsu, but we've never seen anyone really be able to handle the wrestling and the pressure of Khamzat. So give me Khamzat, second round submission, rear naked choke. Nate Diaz takes his gloves off and retires from the UFC, or he flips off Dana and walks out. Who knows how he's going to do it, because it's Nate Diaz. Guys, Tony Ferguson versus Li Jingliang at 170 pounds, the welterweight division. Tony Ferguson, who is on a 4-fight losing streak. God, he looks so good against Mike Chandler. The return of El Kukui at lightweight. So beautiful. I don't want to say almost finished him, but dropped Mike Chandler with the left hook. But this fight is at 170 pounds versus the Schwanger and Banger. Welcome to Swing and Bang Radio. The Swanger and Banger Li Jingliang, who just had a very impressive knockout win. Tony Ferguson is going to lose that fight. I mean, I hope so bad that both these predictions are wrong. The way it would shake up the MMA community would be insane, but I'm going to have to go with Li Jingliang. First round knockout. Dang it, I'm going to miss him so bad. Or not miss him, he's not going to die, and maybe he will fight again. But Tony Ferguson is in his late 30s. He's taken a lot of punishment on that granite chin of his, and it finally got cracked for good, most likely for good by Mike Chandler. Tony Ferguson has good boxing, but Li Jingliang has just as good a boxing and is more used to 170. He has probably more pop on his punches than Tony, who's always been the lengthier, rangier type of fighter. I hope we see a Tony Ferguson win. That would be awesome. I hope if a way Nate Diaz could shake up the world, that would be awesome. But I'm going to have to go with the two favorites. I'm going to have to go with Khamzat Chimaev and Li Jingliang. Let's see what round. First round TKO. This is sad. I wish there was a little more like an analyzing to do, but I can almost guarantee that that's pretty much how these two fights are going to go. Unless